KILR Killer Games.
Hello gamers, simmers, and pilots. I am the Killer Gamer and welcome to my tour around the world featuring this classic flight simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator version 4. And we've got, oh, I would say, I don't know, all these flights are relatively simple. There's not a whole lot of complexity to them. But should be a nice flight. Shouldn't take too long. Let's talk about where it is that we're going. So here we are right there, Clow International, and we are going over here to Lansing. So it's a little bit longer than some of the airports that we've been going to, but based on the other flights that I've done, it shouldn't be too long. And we don't have ATC that's going to put us on some type of sightseeing tour. Alright, so how are we going to get there? Well, I found that the best way to do so would be to take the due page. I'd say if we take due page at 120 and that's kind of tricky. Maybe we should do 110. Yeah, let's do 110. And then we'll link up with if we link up with this VOR right here at 360 or 000, that should pretty much tell us that this is going to be the right airport. All right. That means on that route we should just pass one airport. We should pass Howell. Alright, that sounds good. Let's go ahead and get our radios set up here. We're going to set up, we'll set up Chicago Heights at 114.2. This will give us a little bit of distance here. Even though I could have done that on nav2. I keep forgetting that. You can switch the DME from one to the other. That's a useful feature. Alright, and the page is 108.4. And we're going to set that to 110. Okay. And then this we were setting to 000. Okay, and I think we got it. All right, and we're only on one runway. It's north and south, and our our gyro compass has really gone off course there. Let's fix that. There we go. 180. So we'll just go down to the end, take off, and we'll go from there. I think we're good. All right. I've got my screen adjusted now so that way you can see the menu items on the very top. And when I do that, as far as starting, remember I was talking about you hit M for magnetos, and right there, see that? So you got off, left, right, both, and start. I'm not sure why there's a left and right. I always thought, oh, am I supposed to hit 2, turn it to the left, and then 3, turn it to the right, and then 4, turn to both? Which I don't think hasn't done anything. And then 5, start. I was going to say I don't hear anything. Okay, now that sounds like that might be a little loud. I'm going to try and turn that down. I'm definitely turning the sound down on my headset. Alright. Now I'll tell you what I need. I need the sound graphics and aircraft upgrade, SGA. So that way we can get rid of this PC speaker sound and replace it with digital sound. Now, I thought I read somewhere that the aircraft scenery package has it. See, I've got aircraft design right here, and I got the scenery design, but I don't see anywhere in here where you can change the sound. I've looked at it. I don't see anything. So I don't know. The scenery design is relatively nice. I was looking at that, and basically wherever you're sitting at, you can just plop a runway right there, you know, or plop a building. You know, it's, I mean, that is like the most easiest scenery builder I've come across. So when it comes to our world tour, all we need to do is get the actual was it X and Y coordinates of the airports, and then we can just plop the airport right there, get our VOR radios in. So yeah, we can, I think we'll be able to do an actual world tour with this flight simulator. So the only ones we won't be able to do it with, don't think we're going to be able to do it with 3, because I don't think you had the ability to manually add airports to that one. And then, of course, 1 and 2. I think I can get the scenery discs to work with 3, so that way we've got most of the U.S. coverage. But 1 and 2 I'm having trouble with. So, like, I can get both 1 and 2 to work through DOSBox. But 2, I can't get scenery disc to work. So the minute you try to, because the only way that I've been, you have to like load both images, so that way you can switch between them. And whenever you have a second image in there, it doesn't boot. It like freezes. So I don't know. If anyone knows of a way to get around that, so that way we can use scenery discs, that would be great. We will be able to do a decent tour with the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2. I think 1 also takes scenery discs too. I don't know. I read conflicting information from different sites. Get moving here. Well, I'm glad I'm doing the Commodore Amiga version. The engine sound for that is the same sound that is on when you do the sound and graphics aircraft upgrade on 4. It's the same sound. And then I've noticed that the gear that they, because I watched someone's video, the sound effect for the landing gear and the flaps sound just like the ones from Flight Simulator 5. It's got the, you know, it's got a cool, I like the gear sound, but the flaps are like bzzz. It's relatively entertaining. Zzz. All right, well, let's see if we can get turned around here. Oh, we might be able to get turned around. So I have to throw the throttle up quite a bit here. Come on. Come on! Turn around! I don't want to have to put this thing in full throttle just to turn it around. You gotta wonder, if you had crash detection on for off-runway stuff, how are you supposed to turn around when you only got one runway? Or, you know, when you got no taxiways? Inquiring minds want to know. How does that work? Alright. Takeoff flaps are down. Oh, I just realized I know how to do ATC. You hit enter. You have to turn that one thing on, and then you hit enter. And then you hit 1 for request to take off. Press insert to transmit. Interesting. Alright, let's press insert then. Microsoft Flight Simulator requesting takeoff. In its most early form. Exit a runway of your choice and hold short. Squawk 20237. Alright, let's do 0237. I don't think this makes a difference, honestly. Alright, flaps up, gear up. It's real simple ATC. You know, you can kind of play with it a couple of times, but then it's just kind of like a snooze fest. Oh, bye. That sound like George Takei there. Oh, my. George Takei is cool. We got 27 miles, roughly. Chicago Heights is a little ways away from Lansing. Maybe no more than 5. So I'd say we have about 22 miles. 22 miles to go. And you know what? I think we can make use of our autopilot. Let's go ahead and do that. So autopilot is Z, but we need to set it. Ah, okay, so we turned it on. So we have to set it with F. You can use your mouse on this. I'm finding it a little easier just to use the keyboard shortcuts. Wing leveler, nav 1. Let's say altitude lock. I think 3,000 feet is good enough. And that should do it. And the gear's down. I thought Oh, interesting. It's not going back up. At all. Oh, that's weird. Look at this. The flaps worked. I see that. Do lights work? Lights work. Strobe. Can turn that on and off. But the gear I can't change. This didn't happen until I turned on autopilot. I wonder if that's a bug. Or maybe the autopilot put the gear down so it could control our speed. I don't know. That's weird. Well, we can turn it off with the Z. But I ain't gonna worry about that right now. As long as it's not giving us a false positive or something. Alright, so if you've been watching my other videos, you know that I'm collecting stuff for all the other simulators for our world tour. And I am inheriting, with a cost, a collection from a guy who used to be a pilot. Looks like our thing is changing here. In a second, we're gonna catch that radio there. Oops. So yeah, so he used to be an actual pilot. Due to health reasons, he was not able to fly anymore. And so he built up this amazing collection for Flight Simulator 10. And I don't mean amazing as in like he's got tons of aircraft and stuff like that, but amazing in the sense that he put a lot of detail and work on charts and stuff like that. And he has like mega scenery stuff for it. I want to show you some of the stuff that I've been getting. I've been working something out with his daughter because he had passed away, and so they didn't know what they were going to do with all this stuff. They wanted to make sure that it went to someone that can make use out of it, and we pretty much came up with a good compromise because I told her what I was doing, and she seemed pretty happy with what I'm planning to, or no, not planning to do, what I am doing. Well, I guess you could say planning, because I'm not using the actual photo software yet. When I get prepared, and I'm considering on getting it, just so I can use Mega Scenery, because I'm using Orbix for Flight Simulator 10. I don't want to use I've got a feeling that this road is going to take us out to Lansing. You can see some of Chicago over here. Let's go ahead and I'm getting ready to line up. And I think this airport here, I don't think that's Midway. I think that was Howell. Whoops, we went a little too far. A little bit over, a little bit over. Right about there. All right. So our autopilot is set. Our gear seems to be stuck. Maybe it's broke. I don't know. And there seems to be an airport over here. I think that's Frankfurt. Well, that looks like 2 runways there. That can't be it. I don't think we're that... I don't think that's it. It seems too close. I can't check out my views, so I don't know. Although, we can do this. We can set our spot plane. And you use your numerical keypad. So I'm like using the 2 key, which is, if you look, there's like a little camera right here. Okay, so that's all the way down. So now I use 4, and now it starts to cycle me back around here. Alright, so if we use space, we have it set, and then we go 2 for views, and then we just change the top one, so we click 1. And that doesn't seem to... hold on. Had a little bit of trouble with the simulator. But the good news is the gear works. But everything is off compared to what it was. Man, I was talking about this stuff, this collection that I got, and I can't even get to it in enough time. My nav radios seem to be off and everything. I'm going to try to get back on course here. There's Hal. Alright, so we'll go south from here. Alright, so anyway, I just picked up, I got shipped the European set that this guy had. Now, he only had this European Advanced Terrain. Now, keep in mind, this guy's got loads and loads of stuff, and I'll show you what I mean. So this has got like enhanced terrain for Europe. I believe this is for Flight Simulator 10. But I got, and there's like 3 of these things so far. These huge binders. Alright. And this one's titled Western Europe, number 3, Portugal through France. He scratched out Italy. But they have, and he did this all himself. So they've got dividers. You see that? Oh, and maps are falling all over the place. But he's got these Jeppesen sim maps. And then through here, let's see it here, he's printed out all of these maps and approach charts. I'll hold it up there a little bit more. So he's done all this stuff. And we're still going up in altitude. It's like, why? It's like I have the throttle like halfway down. But yeah, so he's got all this stuff, and I mean, I told his daughter, I said, you know, well, I'll definitely make use of this stuff. I mean, with all these maps, I mean, there's a whole lot of detail with these maps. Because I noticed that some of the stuff from Europe you can't get online, like with, you know, airnav.com. So I think a lot of this stuff is really going to be helpful. the approach charts and all that stuff that's in here. And so I got Western Europe, Ireland, and the United Kingdom. Western Europe, Denmark to Switzerland. And one more. Western Europe, Spain, and Greece. And these things are heavy, too. These are heavy binders. And this guy's got like 13 more of these things. Yeah, it's a crazy, crazy amount. And also, this was kind of thrown in here. Pacific Circle Tour. I'm not quite sure what this is. I think it's got some approach charts and stuff like that in here. But figured, you know, might look into that as we're going. I wonder if that's the airport in front of us. Now, this is something else. This all started because I was ordering Mega Scenery Phoenix for 2004, and I wound up getting this instead. But this binder is actually one of his binders. And I had gotten that, and I had gotten Dallas. Well, the Dallas one was 2004. The Phoenix one was not. And I was gonna ship it back. We were talking about it, and then I just kind of decided, because I really like the binder, so I mentioned I think I'll just keep this, and I'll I might use it for prepared. And then she was telling me like all the other ones that her father had. And I'm like, huh. You know, maybe I should take a look at them. So he's got like everything for all the states. Almost the whole world, I think. My goodness, is that the airport? Yeah, so when I was trying to set up the spot plane, things kind of went bad. I hit something that I wasn't supposed to hit, and it wound up resetting the whole flight. So I had to get myself back to the location close to where I was before. I'm really annoyed that I can't figure out what the views are as far as looking out the window. But my nav radios are all wrong. I reset them, but they're like completely off. That could be Sanger. I think that's Sanger Airport. I don't think that's Lansing. I don't know, it might be. We're 6 miles away from it. Yeah, I've got a feeling that's it. Alright, let's slow down. Bring down our landing gear. We'll get ready to land. If our needles on our two VOR instruments there center, then that should give us a pretty good indication that we're on the right airport. So here is here's the Phoenix version for the 2004 version of Phoenix, and you'll notice it's called Mega City, not Mega Scenery. Yeah, the 2004 stuff is called Mega City. They did have Mega Scenery, but it was like Mega Scenery 2005. I think there was a 2004, and there was a set. What the heck? What did I do? Hit wind turbulence or something? Yeah, this has got to be it. Chicago Heights is closer to Lansing than it is Sanger. And Lansing is 2 runways, although it's not across like it's depicted here. And the other simulators too. The only ones that got it right were FSX and X-Plane. I don't think Flight Simulator 9 got it right. I think it did the same thing that you see here. Trying to keep that runway in view while I'm turning. It's a little trick that I remembered when flying the Commodore 64 version. Okay. We almost have it here. Trying to get lined up is not the easiest. Ooh, there's some weird stuff going on at this airport. Some weird garbly gook. Come on. Can we land on the runway? Yes. Okay, my brakes aren't working. There they go. Now, the question is, do we have the right airport? I'm pretty sure we do. Alright, so what we're going to do... We're going to go back to the Commodore 64 map. Or I should just say the SubLogic map. I should just say SubLogic. I think I'm going to say that. The SubLogic map. And we were looking for Lansing, which is... where? Here. There it is. So our coordinates should be 17049-16697 or something close to that. So let's go to 5 and we will go to position set, which is A. 17052, that's close. 16697. Yep, this is it. This is the right airport. And you didn't see that because I had the map block in the way. Oh, hold on. Okay, so what we're going to do here is just go to navcom. So we'll click 5. And then we'll go down to position set, which is A. And then check the coordinates, 17052. Okay, so Lansing is 17049 and then 16697, and that is dead on to what is on the SubLogic map. So confirmed, we are at Lansing. Cool. All right. Well, turn the engine off. Well, we made it here. That's good. Well, thanks for joining me on this retro flight. Be sure to check out the other version of these flights on the other simulators. And I'll see you on the next leg of our journey. We've got a long way to go in this world tour, so remember to subscribe to be notified of future flight simulator content. I've also done this same flight on other simulators, such as the ones you see on your screen, but you'll find more in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around amongst the clouds.